Hey beautiful people, welcome to Testimonial Thursdays, Seeds of Gratitude.
Hey beautiful people, I hope everybody's having an awesome Thursday, though I know it may not be that simple today just because of the energies that we've been experiencing, because of some of the stuff that kind of offset. I don't even just want to say from yesterday, but also just from the things that we've been experiencing this week. So I hope that you guys are doing as best as you can, all things considered. I'm sending you guys love and light, and I hope that you guys are open to receiving. Okay, beloveds? It's your girl Shakima. Just in case you guys don't already know, I'm just stopping in for today's Testimonial Thursday segment to plant my seeds of gratitude and give you equally an opportunity to do so for yourself if you feel as though there are a few things that you're also grateful for that you'd like to put out into the universe. I was going to come in and apologize in terms of timing, but my spirit was like, yeah, you know, you're kind of like running on black people timing, which means that we may tend to be 10 to 15 minutes fashionably late for any event taking place, and that's just a bare minimum. So whenever I do say 9 p.m. ish GMT, do allow for an extra 15 to 20 minutes or so, because I do sort of set up for you guys and I do note down for myself the things that I'm coming into this space to sort of lay my seeds of gratitude for. And also I'm generally quite busy throughout the daytime as well, so it's not as simple as that. Hey David, gonna give you a little wave there. I hope you're good, beloved. I just wanted to stop in and, like I said, give myself an opportunity to plant my seeds of gratitude and give you guys an opportunity to plant some of those seeds for yourself as well. I think this week has transpired to be one of those weeks that is really giving people an opportunity to see the depth of their power, and I'm truly grateful for it. Hey David. And I think sometimes we forget how powerful we are because we're so focused on the fear-based perspective, and how sometimes that does make us feel powerless, which is completely normal. You know, it's not something that should deter us from the process. If anything, that fear is showing up to let us know that we need to be a little bit more determined to do whatever it is that we're sort of setting our minds on. And it also just gives us an opportunity to go a little bit harder at making it happen as well. So I think if we can take an opportunity to utilize fear as a, how can I put it, as a driving force for the things that we intend to sire into our life, to command into our lives as a part of our manifestation process, it can actually be a very healthy situation for us. So I hope that that can be the process, I guess, for us moving forward, hopefully. So today I have 3/4 things. The list gets slimmer but longer every single time. I'm sure it's gonna be extensive beyond just the 3 things as I start going into it. But the 3 things that I did note as I sat with myself today, for the things that I'm grateful for, I'm grateful to myself. I think, you know, since I've sort of started the segment, I continue to appreciate the things outside of myself, and that's awesome because, you know, those are things that I can physically see, but I'm really actually grateful to myself. And I think that that was something that this week put into perspective for me. I don't know if you guys know, David probably does. I haven't necessarily always been consistent with my flow of things. So I'll say I'm going to do something. The Piscean nature in me gravitates wherever the waves and flows and ebbs of the universal energies go. So I may just get distracted. I want to say through no fault of my own, but that's just a disservice to myself. It is my fault because once I was able to take accountability for what I'm able to create, that did get a little bit better. As you guys can see, I'm a lot more consistent, and I make an extra effort to be able to build that consistency with myself. And recently, I think it was earlier this week on Tuesday, I believe, if not Monday, I had a conversation with myself, with my child within, because my inner child kind of struggled with consistency because of my relationship patterns growing up. So it was a process for me to be able to alleviate some of her belief systems and integrate my new belief systems, which requires for me to be consistent, whereas her belief system was that chaos is comfortable, dysfunction is comfortable to her. So I had to just take a minute earlier this week and just thank her. I was just like, thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being, amazing at being open to the process as I break down the barriers of your belief system and give you an opportunity to tap into that unlimited potential that you're capable of. Just thank you for being awesome. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to do differently. Thank you for, giving us, me and my inner child, an opportunity to be able to live up to the fullest of our potential. And even having that conversation with myself, that made me emotional, because I could feel that child within myself that was really yearning for that acknowledgement, yearning for that validation, because I think that was one of the things. Sometimes we're doing things and we forget to thank ourselves in the process of all of the effort that we put into making things happen, to making things come into manifestation. We're just so focused on, life goes on and we just kind of need to be on job all the time. And that's great. That means that you have a real sense of perseverance about you, and that's a great trait to have. But it's also good to be able to know when to honor our feelings as well. And I felt like my child was calling out earlier this week just to say, hey, I know we're doing an awesome job, but where's my credit? Because this has been difficult for me to let go of these belief systems, because they have been a protection mechanism for me thus far. This is what I've been used to. This is what I've been comfortable with. And I think you need to give me some acknowledgement. And I was just like, thank you for being awesomely divine and giving us an opportunity to be able to let the world see us in the true essence of our light, and it's only a journey that's just begun. And I'm really, really grateful for that the journey is literally just beginning as far as us being able to express ourselves out there into the world. The other thing that I'm really, really grateful for, and I've been listening to a lot of gospel as of recent. I've kind of been staying away from secular music just because it projects a lot of low vibrational thoughts and emotions within me. And I would probably put that out there for anybody else that thinks that, when you're told that secular music is bad for your spirit, that's just somebody talking out of their to control you. It's advice for you to be able to learn how to contain, protect, and honor your spirit, because sometimes people that are putting the music that is on their heart or in their feelings out there, they are creating that music from a low vibrational reflection of themselves. Sometimes they're speaking from a place of depression. Sometimes they're speaking from a place of heartbreak, which a lot of us can relate to. So when I'm going through a heartbreak, I will address that kind of music because it is a like for like resonance to me. But for the most part, the gospels that I've been listening to has really been a great tool to be able to help me navigate through some of the shadows that just generally shows up, because I also get impacted by the energies that transpires, which is why I do readings, because I want to share with you guys what I see coming so that you guys can take an opportunity to, I guess, prepare yourself so that you can, navigate through the shadows. Today's Testimonial Thursday reading was really just putting across the fact that we are going to be, I guess, challenged with the emotions of sadness and depression. There'll be circumstances that will show up to just remind us that a part of us is sad, a part of us is resistant to some of the circumstances that are showing up, some of the ways that God is breaking us down to make us stronger, to make us better, to make us bigger, and make us more mature. Because a lot of the times when we act outside of our character, it's our inner child that's acting up, and we have no control over that child because we're so disconnected from our emotions, and that's all the child knows is emotions. And adults have a sense of being a little bit more rational. So I'm just grateful to God for changing my heart, and I feel like things have almost come full circle. It will come full circle probably towards the end of the year, because my fourth, I guess, gratitude seed that I want to plant today is directly in alignment with God changing my heart. So this year I went to church like I usually do on New Year's Eve to just take an opportunity to honor myself, give myself an opportunity to start the new year with a fresh perspective. And whilst I was, hey, beautiful, whilst I was actually in church, bringing in the new year for the countdown, God said to me, you're going to minister this year. And I was so overwhelmed. Even now I find myself getting like emotional being in the space, because I remember my spirit was so humbled by the experience. Like, wow, me? Really? Like, what do I have to say to the world? What do I have to give to the world in your honor and favor? And God just said to me, speak your heart, and there will be people that are already there. And I'm going to get emotional. People that are already there, waiting to hear your message, waiting to hear what you have to say, and will really be able to resonate with why you do it and what it means to them for their own purpose in life. And it will give them some sort of sense of not only clarity but hope as well, because the person that I am today, guys, honestly, it's nothing in comparison to the person that I was 3 years ago. And that's why it really just is a little bit sad to me sometimes when people discourage each other and they're like, oh, he's never going to change or she's never going to change. And I'm like, God changes hearts and God changes lives, and it's really just up to us to be able to, be willing to walk the process with our higher self, which is our God spirit within. God, as an acronym, is good over darkness. Sometimes we go through the shadows of our darkness, and God is just there as the good within us, continuing to counsel us and guide us through navigating through those shadows. And it's been really, really amazing to be able to just sit in a place where it has allowed for me to be able to get a newfound perspective of my own personal relationship with God, and give other people an opportunity to get their own perspective of their relationship with God, because a lot of people are very disconnected from God in today's society because they have a difficult relationship with organized religion. And I do understand why, because for a lot of people it feels like rules and regulations, but that's just their spirit of rebellionism taking over the vessel, and that spirit wants to speak on their behalf, and that spirit wants to act up because it feels as though it has a right to do so for whatever reason. So we have to be consciously aware of what spirits we are in contracts with and what may trigger them and how they may show up in our external experiences. But it's been a good year of just sitting in a space with self and being grateful and being open to what God wants to create over my life, And at first, when I was going through my spiritual process, I was really cautious about using the word God, because for a lot of people, like I said, they're disconnected from organized religion, so they have a very complicated relationship with God, where it's like, our relationship's on pause at the minute because I'm still trying to figure out who you are and what you are to me in terms of my creating process. So I'm going to get back to you, and that's okay, because I did that at some point of my journey as well. But as long as you continue to navigate through the path and know that that pause doesn't mean stop, it means a pause, which means that you kind of have to pick it back up. Hey, Peter, you kind of have to pick that back up and allow for yourself to know that it's important for you to continue the process even when things are difficult. That's probably the most important time for you to continue the process, because there's a breakthrough that is coming for you, but you kind of have to challenge yourself to be able to see what you're capable of, so that when you get to the next hurdle of the next breakthrough, you can realize how powerful you are based on the things that you were able to navigate through from the last breakthrough. And it has been amazing to be able to just sit in a space of gratitude, like I said. Definitely take an opportunity as well, Peter, to just plant your seeds of gratitude in the comments below and put out there into the universe whatever it is that you're grateful for this week, because this is a free space to do so. The third thing that I'm actually grateful for are the people who need for me to fulfill my purpose. I think sometimes, a lot of the times, when we have this big purpose that has been put upon us, that the universe is saying you are capable of this, and there's an energetic calling on our soul to be able to gravitate towards that calling on our hearts. And a lot of the times we get fearful of that. Hey, beautiful. A lot of the times we get fearful of that. A lot of the times we don't know how to, let ourselves be with certain situations that we're dealing with. And it's more or less an opportunity for us to, again, just understand that there is a specific purpose for us here. And if we are able to give ourselves an opportunity to really just believe in ourselves, even if we don't believe initially, we just have to be consistent with it, because that's where we'll be able to see progress. That's where we'll be able to sort of see things coming down into the 3D realm, being manifested. So it's just amazing to be able to see what can come when you're able to just sit in a place and know that there are people that are waiting for you. There are people that need you, and there are generations that are even yet to come that will be able to utilize what you're able to give to the world based on how God works through you as a vessel. So that's my third seed today. I'm grateful for the people who need me to fulfill my purpose, because sometimes when I don't have it in myself to continue doing the work that I'm doing, I'm going to get emotional. They're my reason, they're my why. A lot of the times you go into, situations and then you don't have a strong enough why, and that's why it's easy for you to quit. That's why it's easy for you to give up on yourself. But when I don't have it in myself to be able to say, this is why I'm doing this today, they are my why, because it's not just about me, and God didn't choose me or you to fulfill a purpose just because you need to do that for yourself. It's because there are people that really needs what you can provide, and you are going to be instrumental in changing their lives. You're going to be a key and instrumental part in changing their hearts, and God's going to use you as a vessel, as a reflection of all that they can become, to encourage them and motivate them to be better and to be open to the process, so that they can get that change in their life that they're hoping for, that they're trying to work towards, that they're trying to navigate through the shadows that continues to hold them back. And it's really, really amazing to just understand that God needs each and every one of us, and nobody's more special than the other. Everybody plays a part in the process. Everybody's a part of this grand play that God is, got us here working ourselves out through, just through a process of playing roles in each other's lives and in each other's, I guess, character building as well. And it's just important for us to be able to understand that we're special just because. No other reason. We're just special because there's a special purpose for us, and there's a special intention over our lives, and that is really and ultimately truly what does make us special and unique, because nobody else has the same energetic signature as the heart that has been, put within your vessel to give you an opportunity to navigate through the process. Your heart is your greatest light and greatest gift to the world. And sometimes when we go through certain situations, yes, it does hurt. Yes, we do go through heartbreak. But you know what? We get stronger in the process. We build our heart back up. And that moment of heartbreak is an opportunity for us to be able to say, do you know what? I'm stronger than I even knew. And that's what those situations can do. If you can navigate through that heartbreak and continue to give yourself an opportunity to just keep walking your path, the end of that tunnel is a magnificent, bright, beautiful light with your name on it, just radiating as a like-for-like vibrational reflection of your heart, calling you towards that light. And it's amazing to just see, know, and understand that, God is here for everyone. All we have to do is be willing to walk the process for ourselves first and foremost, because we have to be our best and biggest motivation for what we do, but also for the people that need us to do the things that we're here to do, because those are the people that are going to be your ripple. You are going to be someone that plants a seed in one person, and that's going to have a rippling effect and permeate out into the world, just because you're here and you're playing your part and you're serving your purpose. if you want to take an opportunity as well, beloved, and just plant your seed of gratitude, like this is an open space for you to do so. Put it out to the universe, what you're grateful for this week, what has shown up for you, what you've learned, whatever it is that you want to plant your seed of gratitude for. This is a free, open, and welcome space to do so. And my fourth and final seed of gratitude, I didn't intend to get emotional today, but it's just one of those types of weeks, I think, for me, because I'm just so overwhelmed with gratitude, and the tears that I cry are really tears of joy, honor, and like being humbled by the process of everything that, you know, I continue to navigate my way through. But my fourth and final seed of gratitude is to be able to do what God said to me at the start of the new year when I was in church. You know, I mentioned my second seed of gratitude, that God said to me, you know, you will minister this year. And I didn't really understand what that meant, and I didn't really think that I had anything of value in that way to give to anyone, because it was all still very confusing in my mind. God speaks to me, and then my ego has its own perspective of, you know, what I'm supposed to do. And I literally, when those moments happen and I'm living in confusion, I just sit back and continue to wait for God to show me the way, because if I continue to push, I just create more resistance for myself, and the process becomes a lot more challenging as a result of that. So my fourth and final seed of gratitude is that I am grateful for the fact that I will be able to get an opportunity to minister, and that will be effective as of the 3rd of November. As of the 3rd of November, I will be doing live, I don't want to call it church services, but live ceremonies, because it won't be church, it will be a spiritual congregation of people to be able to sit and feed our spirits and souls to prepare us for the week ahead. Because when I was little and I did used to go to church on a like consistent basis, that's kind of what we did utilize it for, to really give us the strength to be able to navigate through the week ahead. And I want to be able to do that for someone, for the people that I'm here for. So that's going to happen. That's going to take place via my website. Check out the link in my bio to be able to sort of sign up as a member. It's free to become a member. The church service, or the spiritual congregation, I should say, will be free. You know, it's just something that I want to give us an opportunity to be able to sit with each other and do. And it's online at the minute because I'm working towards the bigger plans. I'm working with what I have, you know, to be able to work towards what is already mine. And that was just something that Spirit told me today, as far as a way to be able to make it a reality in terms of the things that we discussed in church on New Year's Eve, bringing in 2019. So sign up for your membership via the link in my bio. Click on the website tab. Become a member, and as of the 3rd of November, 3 p.m. every Sunday, because I had to learn how to build my relationship with consistency before I could even give that to you guys, because it would have been a very inconsistent process that you guys would have been dealing with, and I don't feel like that's fair to anybody that, you know, looks forward to something, and I wouldn't want to disappoint anyone, least of all myself, you know, to sort of have to sit in guilt. So yeah, as of the 3rd of November, 3 p.m, I'll be doing my live streams via my website, and you guys can join in, and we can all just continue to congregate together and do what we need to do to be able to nurture ourselves and nurture our healing and nurture what we need to be able to continue to navigate through the hardships of life. Okay, beloveds? When you do sort of sign up as well, it's not a case of the standard church situations as well. Full disclosure, Spirits asked me to, you know, welcome people. You're not obligated to welcome people to plant seeds of £3.33 for the whole process of the congregation throughout, because that's what I see as far as the timeline for that situation, so that I can start putting together a plan to be able to get a physical venue to be able to minister. as God has foretold and put it out there. So if that seems like something that is right up your street, that is right on your heart, then I shall see you there on the 3rd of November. But that's pretty much all from me today, beloveds. I hope that you guys are able to navigate through the rest of the week knowing that God is the unconditional love permeating within the divine heart of yours. Okay? And I guess I'll see you guys next Tuesday, potentially, for Testimonial Tools for Using Tools Tuesdays live podcast here while I do the live stream. But if I don't see you before Thursday, that's if I don't see you, then I'll see you on Thursday of next week to be able to plant our seeds of gratitude. Okay, beloveds? Sending you love, light, and positive intentions as per usual. And if you guys haven't already done so, check out the link in my bio. I haven't actually started uploading the romance guidance for October just yet, considering we're almost finished with October, but I'll actually get it started tomorrow. I think the energies are right for us. So I will see you guys then. Ashe, and God bless. Mwah. Until next time.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more.